Patrice Isaac, and I'm calling on all aspiring instructional designers, especially the teachers out there. Are you stuck in your current job and you've thought about instructional design but really not sure on how to get started? Then this ebook I created is definitely for you. Raise your hand if you're a teacher or professor looking to get outside the classroom and have a different career. Or raise your hand if you're looking for a more competitive salary and more work from home options. Then this ebook is definitely for you. In this ebook, you will be guided on how I left teaching and entered into instructional design. Right now, instructional design is a really high demand career. By the end of this book, you will learn the 7 simple steps that I took to become an instructional designer, better known as an ID. Are you ready to get started in a new career today? Purchase your copy of Teacher to ID below. Let's get started.
What's up, everybody? This is your girl Ericka from the Classy Climb blog, coming straight from fincon. And I've got a lovely host to the show today. Today's show's talking about making almost $500,000 in your first year of business, because y'all be sleeping on service businesses. Yes. Introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Malik Vanterpool with the MVP Fitness and Massage and also the vanhillgroup LLC.
So, if you guys didn't know, this young man here is who's sponsor of the Classy Climb tour and the Classy Climb channel. You see his ads and probably in this video and several other videos in the future. Something I want you guys to focus on is a lot of people say, oh, Ericka, service businesses, you know, is that really where the money is? I'm trying to forex.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to stock market. I'm trying to flip houses. But really, we get the income, especially here at fincon. Majority of people that paid off all this $90,000, $100,000 debt, they either started a business or they had a high income job. Break it down to us, like, how did you get started in this business?
So the number one reason why I was able to actually start this business is probably because I did have a high income job that I knew that helped me pay off my debt from the get-go. Secondly, the service business that I started was fitness and massage therapy.
Fitness.
Those are two of my passions. I love getting massages. I'm also a certified massage therapist, and I, like exercising and working out. And so I was able to start this business in a very niche market that didn't really have a lot of competition, and I knew it was a low cost to entry. Right. And so that was one of the reasons why I decided to start it.
One skill, low cost to entry. Well, what city did you start it in?
Washington, D.C.
D.C.?
Yeah.
Okay, listen, hand of cards, what is that? Hand of cards? House of cards.
Yeah, house of cards.
Okay, they get some massages up there. So was there like any struggle? Did you were you doing it part-time? Did you quit your job? Like what happened?
Oh, no. So it actually, because it's a very niche industry, what I do, I focus on individuals with developmental disabilities. And it's kind of in the government bureaucracy. So it was a lot of paperwork to get started. I was able to get started because being able to submit that paperwork properly, I had to resubmit it, submit it several times, because if you don't cross all your T's and dot your I's,
you spelled your last name wrong. Come back and do the whole thing over.
Absolutely. So that took me almost about 6 to 7 months to complete to get started. Now, as far as getting my license in, setting up the EIN, and talking with CPAs and doing all that, and getting my actual certifications and renewals, I did all that for less than $1,500 to actually get started. So, but with getting that,
not free though. I want y'all to
not free,
not free,
but it's not terribly expensive to start a service business, especially with a skill set. And if you get into the right industry or make the right people, you may not make like $400,000 starting off, but you can make easily $2,000-3,000 a month. And if you keep your regular job and have extra $2,000-3,000 a month, that changes your life.
That's life changing for a lot of people.
That's what my expectations were. I was going to make $2,000-3,000 a month, have that pay my mortgage, and I was going to save my full-time job checks for real estate investment.
So a lot of people sometimes think, oh, massage envy, but yours is niche. You're working with special needs
individuals with developmental disabilities. Now, what this allows me to do is I actually get to bill insurance. So I don't have to worry about
Are they gonna be able to pay?
Exactly.
Cancellations.
Exactly.
The government.
Exactly.
The insurance is gonna pay.
Yeah, they have a certain amount of hours each year, so I can, forecast my income for the whole year. Whether we gain clients or lose clients, it depends on the marketing. But more important, it depends on the type of service that we're providing.
Right.
So if people are satisfied with our services, naturally they'll continue to renew. And if we are good at what we do, we get more referrals. So we've been blessed to be the largest fitness provider in the DMV, working with individuals with disabilities for the past 5 years.
Right.
So that says a lot about our service.
The largest.
And
DMV, y'all.
Absolutely.
The largest.
So that says a lot about, I think, our service and the individuals that we've able to hire and help grow. And so as we grow, I try to make sure the people who work for me grow as well.
Right. So that first year, what kind of income did you make that first year?
Right.
Speak loud for them. Make sure
I'll be honest. My first year, which wasn't expected, I made $464,000.
400.
I had no idea.
464,000. Put it on the screen, Peter, right here on the screen.
But I want to be clear.
Right.
It wasn't something it's niche. And I got in at the right time. A major provider had just got kicked out of the program, and so there was an opening. Now, if I would have gotten there a year earlier or a year later, I can't say I would have grew that fast, but I was able to take advantage of that opportunity because I think coming from a corporate background, I was able to figure out how to systemize and be more efficient with doing things.
Paperwork, filling it out.
Yeah, organizing schedules and structures versus, a typical massage therapist.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A typical massage therapist, not being stereotypical anyway.
Right.
They don't have that type of background.
They kind of do it when they feel, when they got extra time, or when the clients book all Saturday or something to that effect.
I treated it as a business from the get-go, and there was no 9 to 5. It was 24/7.
See, people think, hey, I'm gonna start a business, and I'm gonna have all this time off. I'm gonna travel overseas. I'm gonna live the life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So even when you're traveling and trying to do all that, you have to put systems in place. But there are no days off. No days off. Like, you're beholden to the customer. You're beholden to everyone. You have this responsibility.
You don't just show up, you guys.
You don't. You have to pay people consistently. You have to turn in reports consistently. You have to be consistent. Like, I've talked about to Ericka before behind the scenes about, I want to get into YouTube and stuff like that. But when I see what it really takes,
it's a job.
I'm like, that's another job. I'm like,
well, and that's why people kind of do podcasting, right? They'll do a bunch of batch of podcasts, or people pre-record stuff, or they have somebody follow them around with a camera. Because really, let that kid be that full-time job. Because really, filming and editing is a 50, 60K a year job. And right now, even now, Nick Bear and a couple other people I know here in Austin, Texas, they've literally hired 19, 20-year-old kids to follow them around all day. Pay that kid 50, that kid's like, 50K? Yeah. All I gotta do is film you and edit all day?
Yeah.
And make cool cuts of the video? They love it, right? So I tell people, like, don't feel bad if your YouTube channel isn't like fantabulous. Right. Some people are paying some kid. Yeah. I have editors, right? So this video is edited. Understand that part of it. So now you're making the money. You got the business rolling. Now this is the other part of the video I really want y'all to listen to. I'm always telling people about buying homes and buying real estate, and people get kind of frustrated and be like, well, Ericka, listen, DMV, tell them where you bought your place, at least one of them.
Okay.
Just, whichever one you can disclose.
So I live in a high-cost area, and I wanted to get into multifamily investing. So even though I make really good money, income from the business, getting to the scale that I wanted to get to takes probably I'll say at least $3 million to get a down payment on the type of properties we were trying to get.
Right.
So I partnered with a guy I met in Miami. I actually met him in Miami, but he's based out of Cincinnati, Ohio. And so he's a property manager in Cincinnati, Ohio, and we were just exchanging ideas. I want to get into multifamily. He wanted to get into multifamily. And so, it's not a major market, it's a mid-major market. And so level of competition is less, and we were able to obtain a 44-unit multifamily.
44-unit.
2020, right prior to COVID, and since we've had that property, we've been able to increase the value by raising the rents on 18 out of the 44 units. And keep in mind, this is all during COVID. We had a 100% collection rate, and we've been able to raise that value of the property by $750,000 within 16 months.
Hear that again, y'all. Just raise the rents on 18 units, not even all the units. Also, probably cleaned it up a little bit, right?
So every time we didn't have a CapEx budget, so in our next project we do have a CapEx budget. So it still kicked off so much cash flow.
Right.
Every time somebody moved out, we were able to just,
new carpet, clean it up.
Yeah. Or some of them we totally refurbished, but we just wouldn't take a distribution that month.
Yeah.
And so, but it was still cash flowing the whole time, and we had plenty of reserves.
I love it.
So he's
100% rent.
100% rent. So the good thing I like about my partner, like I have a certain type of energy, he has a certain type of energy, but we mesh well together. But he loves, eats, sleeps, and breathes property management, real estate, and he's so passionate about it. And so I'm passionate in a different type of way about the real estate with the numbers involved. So we work really well together, and yeah, so saying that to say, we renovated most of the units when we turned them over, but not completely, not all of them completely.
Right.
But that was all our goal. It was a value add play to get going. So, yeah. And yeah, it's been very successful. We are in the process of acquiring another one right now. We just put that on the contract about.
Still in the mid-market?
Still in the mid-market. So Ohio's been good to us, so we'll probably continue there for right now, because the cap rates are still attractive when we buy in, and he's got kind of like a plug to some off-market deals because he's been in it so long. So,
and money moves around, y'all. I want y'all to understand it's like money didn't stop because of COVID. Like when Michigan started tripping and not evicting people, people went, okay, Ohio. I'm gonna put my money there.
And so one of our strategies is, even outside of Ohio, we still look, but we want it to be in an area that's affordable, landlord friendly. Yep. And where we can maximize the tax benefits for us and our investors. So.
And we've talked about taxes. Taxes are no joke.
They're not.
A lot of people go, well, you just have LLC, it doesn't matter, you switch over to S Corp. That's a process.
It's a process. Make sure you get with a CPA who does this for you. Even though I have a CPA, Ericka has a CPA, people are human. And government, they make mistakes. People are human. They all make mistakes. But if you have a CPA that's doing your information and handling your business for you, they're in a better position to challenge the IRS and the authorities on your behalf. So keeps you out of trouble.
Yep.
Make sure they're certified.
Certified.
Yeah.
Accounting firms, all of it.
CPA, absolutely.
So part of what I want people to understand about VidCon, what we really learned, in my opinion, is focus. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Like you focused to grow that business that first year.
Yeah. And
now we're in year what for your business?
Six. And so, year one, we grossed about 460. Year 2, 3, 4, we grossed 7 figures. COVID, we didn't because we were mandated to shut down. So, that affected pretty much everybody. This year, we are back on track. We may hit.
And parents are probably glad that you helped their kid relax, stress.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we're probably on track to do a meal this year. I haven't seen the latest P&L.
He's like, just a meal.
Yeah, I mean,
Millie Club. You just out here millie.
It's not. I don't totally take home that, y'all.
Of course. Listen, I think people have to dispel the myth. Like I always joke about gross and net on the channel. Listen, what's that net, right? And so I tell people, people having $1 million businesses isn't like a shock.
Right, absolutely.
Now you hear the news where they say, oh, a lot of these business owners only take $80K home. A lot of people write off a ton of stuff. Like, I'm here at this event, and I'm pretty sure half these people wrote off everything.
My whole life is a write-off because not only am I doing real estate, but I also do fitness and massage. So my lifestyle is kind of based around those things: real estate, health and wellness, you know, living good. So yeah, I say I make a certain amount, but you know.
Well, and a lot of people too is, well, fitness is saturated.
You have to find it's something for everyone. Like literally, what I learned at fincon,
niches.
People are making money on Facebook about chickens. They talk about chickens, like raising chickens. Like,
homesteading. I know. I told y'all, homesteading gonna make some money.
He's making like $30,000 a month.
Yeah.
Talking about chickens.
Talking about chickens, y'all.
Yeah.
And people, and you know why? Because people will get a chicken, they think they're doing the right thing, and then they die. A batch of them die. They be like, oh my God.
I raised chickens growing up in North Carolina.
Oh man.
So I'm like,
Listen, every couple of months I get an idea. I'll be like, ooh, I can start a farm and film stuff from the farm.
Yeah.
But I'm telling y'all, it's a thing out here.
It's a thing. But whatever you do, like, you have to, what Ericka talked about earlier, it's about focus.
Focus.
So like I'm like, oh, I can do this, like I want to do YouTube, but I see the level of energy and intent and focus that you really have to do to be successful at YouTube. And honestly, I'm not prepared right now in this stage of my life to give that to YouTube. I am going to have a YouTube presence, post some videos here and there.
Yeah.
To actually make it a business and make it thriving, and you know, you have to be intentional about anything you want to do for it to be successful.
And definitely you guys in the future, as we get on to one of his projects, like if he lets us, if he has room in his space budget, right? We'll document a lot of that journey. But what I want you guys to understand is, like, moving and shaking is really starts with that, get real, for me, super hyper focused on YouTube, right? Built it up, used the excess money to invest in other things.
Absolutely.
But never forget the first stream, y'all.
Yep.
Never forget the first stream, right? For you, first stream is health and fitness, and now it's allowed you to go into other things you enjoy.
Yeah, so without this business, I wouldn't have been able to invest or scale up as fast as we did in multifamily. And this is like my baby, this is my bread and butter. So I have to respect it as much.
And you have a passion for it.
And I have a passion for it. But I also have a healthy respect for what it's done for me and my family. And so I don't take that, I take it very seriously, you know, about the business. I make sure I'm systemized, I make sure I'm on my meetings. I do the best I can with the business and allow me to do that. So it's allowed me to do less hours. Instead of having to do 60, 80 hours a week now, I'm able to do like
for our lifestyle. No.
I wish. I wish. So like actively, I probably have to put in 20 hours a week, you know, with meetings, talking to my trainers, getting
end of the week reports.
End of the week reports, payroll. I could probably actually get away with it.
We were talking about payroll from your phone, y'all.
Yeah.
That's what I love, because like people think, oh my God, all these different things. Like literally hit the button from his phone.
Once you create a system and stick to the system and do everything you need to do, it gets easier. But you still have to maintain and keep it going, because it's been a few years, not a few years, but a few months where I kind of cut back and lost focus, and I saw the results. I seen clientele dip. I had emails from being, you know,
because people think I'm gonna just delegate everything.
You cannot delegate everything. Humans are humans. It's human nature. Like if you
it's got a human in it.
Yeah. If you let up on people, you give them room to grow, but you can't give them too much room to roam around. People need boundaries. People need structure, and you have to also give that to yourself. And being self-employed and being an entrepreneur, you have to learn how to do that with yourself as well. Because if not, you get all this money and you just like go blow it and just like, hey, you know, you have to have a purpose and a reason for doing things.
So a lot of times what happens is I try to tell people, we were like, oh, I want to start a business so I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. And again, even if you're a business owner, you need a schedule and a routine.
Absolutely. I
got way reckless. So I would just order food late, I'd eat late, I'd stay up late, and I felt like crap.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know what it is? You don't have a routine. You just doing whatever you want.
Exactly.
And for me, what's really started kind of getting that accountability is I had a trainer. Yeah. And then now I'm back on nutritionist, right? And so then we're like we don't have a cheat day every day because that's just a cheat life, right? Right. We have to kind of balance it. And so I think people are selling entrepreneurship like Hey, you're gonna get Lambos every day.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hanging out at the gym.
That's only so much you can do with it. Yeah. Like, all right, you rent a Lambo. Okay, cool. Do it every quarter or once a month, whatever. But every day, I don't. Yeah.
The okay, so little fun facts. I'm trying to bring some little fun facts first. You've been to Brazil.
I have been to Brazil. Yeah.
What are your thoughts about Brazil in general?
So honestly, I've been to Brazil before I was married.
Noted.
But I really enjoyed Brazil. I enjoyed the culture. I enjoyed just being in a different place and
the environment.
And they have probably one of the largest populations of people, black people, African people, outside of Africa.
Right.
So when you go there as an African American, you kind of feel the energy of them, you know, just vibing. And they were very nice. They are very liberated culture, and so it was refreshing to go down there and do things. Things weren't expensive. The beach was beautiful. The people are beautiful. The women are beautiful. So I really enjoyed myself. I would go back.
Yeah. Listen, y'all know I'm trying to do my escape, South America escape here. What's something about DC that is just unique to DC?
Mumbo sauce. Go-go. DC, like local DC people, I've been in DC since 2002. So I don't consider myself a local, but I've been there a while to notice. Like you can tell, DC has a culture within its own. They're very proud, especially with Marion Barry. Coming in the 70s and 80s and doing so many great things for the
Chocolate
people of
City.
DC. Caramel City.
It's mixed. It's milk chocolate, light milk chocolate city.
Light milk chocolate. Yeah. So, but the people who still live there have a pride about the city that can't be replicated by anything else.
And it's a different vibe than Atlanta. Because when I went, I was there for a brunch, and I said, okay, I'm gonna brunch it in DC.
Yeah.
I go there, the whole bar had all these black ladies. Beautiful, right? So be like, man, black ladies. Half the ladies were in workout clothes. The other half were dressed to the nines. And I was like, what in the house of cards is this, right? And it was good. It was just good.
I think DC is probably has some of the most beautiful women and people in general.
We got some money up there too.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say, what's the difference between DC when Obama was there, Chocolate City, and now?
Oh man, big difference.
Dry Biden City.
Big difference. Big difference. So when Obama was here, it was still Chocolate City. Now that Biden and also COVID has changed a lot
of cities.
Yeah, the nightlife isn't the same. The energy just isn't the same. But I've noticed that in most cities that I've been to. So except Texas and Atlanta.
We just out here. Florida's like, come on through, do what you do. Okay, so again, if people wanna, now I know you're a busy man. I don't know if you have consulting links, but don't just give them no email because they'll blow you up. Okay.
Okay. Well,
but you'll be on the circuit kind of in the real estate.
I'll start being on the circuit, and then I'll make sure I get that information out again if Ericka is so gracious to give me another interview.
For sure.
I have all that stuff readily available.
But vanterpool, Van Hill Group. Sorry about that. Van Hill Group is, you guys are working on getting more properties, more units?
Absolutely, yeah. So right now we have 84 units total. That's including under contract.
And they can message your staff.
Absolutely.
About investing with you guys.
Yeah, and you can email my staff, which is me and my assistant, Malik.
For that reason.
Malik at vanhillgroup.com is my email.
And Peter will put that here, Malik at
vanhillgroup.com. And so we're working on, we actually have a land deal that we're acquired, and we can put 38 single family homes up there, but we're going to work with the city to see if we can either do a multifamily ground up project.
So Van Hill is looking at a land deal, and the land deal is going to have how many houses again?
So it's zoned for 38 units right now.
Okay, 38 units.
But we're working with the city to maybe either do a townhome project or a multifamily project. Amazon is bringing a headquarters, not a headquarters, but a warehouse to that area. So there's going to be a need for like workforce housing and things like that. So we're trying to work with an attorney to see if we can get that from 38 units to higher. And if we can't, that's fine.
Right.
Because we'll still make our money off
And hey, listen. So I tell people like this: when you go into Detroit, Michigan, Ohio, Cleveland, you opening up walls, you finding stuff. You like, oh damn,
Absolutely.
I gotta put another 10K in the budget. When you start with land, I'd much rather go talk to the city. I'd much rather go work a deal. And then now I'm gonna just tell you what it is. You're the big man in that town because you're gonna have what? Construction deals, land, people clearing land, guys cutting trees, you name it. People in that town are gonna know who you are.
And the good thing about land too, even prior to you even purchasing the land, you can go down to the city and find out which way are they developing.
Yes.
What are their plans, you know, moving forward. They have like 20, 25 year plans out, so you can use your foresight and plan properly and talk to the right people to see what their needs are prior to, and then you formulate your plan with the land, cater to what they want if the numbers work in your favor. So I think land has some minimal, the risk isn't as big as buying a house in Detroit
with liens on it. You digging in places, you digging in walls, you finding stuff. You're like, hey, wait a minute.
Because if you don't,
Tob and Noob, or whatever that mess is called.
Yeah, you can easily oh no, that's DC topo laws.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can get out of a land contract with a low risk. Like, okay, if you decide not to buy the land, you can, you know, just put like a earnest money deposit of $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah.
Just take that loss, but you know, it's not as, to me, as risky as buying something in a neighborhood that's sketchy that you don't really live in and know, and
you're trying to turn the tide.
Oh yeah.
At this point for me, I honestly, until I have this tenant that ain't paid for 20-some months, she's gone. I won't drop another $1 in Detroit. Y'all think I'm joking? I literally have worked with several people here for just land deals, and North Carolina too. It's not hard. I hate to say it that way. At this conference, I ran into 15 people from Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. That were in real estate, doing real estate. And so when people say, oh, I can't find nobody, I just can't do, honey.
You have to put yourself
You have to literally look.
Areas. If you start looking for something and being intentional about it, they'll start coming to you. It'll find you too.
Yep.
So that's what I learned, you know, coming. I met you through Andre.
Yep. Andre the plug. Hey, Andre Hatchett. Put that right there, Peter. Put his Instagram.
And so it's just like a whole little network of people I'm meeting just through being intentional about what I'm trying to do, and we all have the same mindset and energy. So
because that focus. Once you get your business, and I'm gonna tell you this, for YouTube, you got, let's say you got the editor for the videos, you got an accountant. I just think right now, the way the economy is, everybody should have an accountant on their team.
They should.
Like on their personal team.
And it's not as expensive as you think it is.
Oh, it's not.
It'll save you so much.
Money?
Whatever you pay the accountant, they want to save you like 5 to 10 times more than what you're paying, at least.
I was paying an accounting firm $2K a month just for bookkeeping, and then they were still messing up.
You can get that down way.
That's what I said. They were still messing up.
Yeah.
So for me, I tell people I could have put somebody on staff for $3 to $4 grand, because you know people be trying to be home moms. Like, can I get half the hours, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So $3,500 a month, maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she'd have did everything.
You still get a cheaper than that.
For sure. Yeah. And they would have did everything. And got it and been in the house technically, right? So my biggest thing is if to do over, I would have did that part, but also focus, hyper focus. Everybody I've talked to is like, yeah, I got this many units in 12 months.
Yeah,
good gracious.
We were talking to a woman out of California. They acquired 1,000 units in
1 year.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She's Monique. Yeah.
The real estate guy.
She's got it.
She's got a nice name.
Yeah, I tell her, I'm like, you should work up that Australia thing more. Your husband's Australian, but her husband's Australian.
Oh, okay.
And he wears the hat, the crocodile Dundee hat. Kid you not.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, girl, that's the ankle.
Right.
But we even met this weekend at Olympian. 4-time
Oh, yeah.
Olympian.
Yeah.
We like, girl, don't tell me you're a financial planner. Come in the room and be
Come
like,
with
I'm a
it.
4-time Olympian.
Absolutely.
I'm jumping over hurdles in my sleep or whatever it is she did.
I need-
Bobsledding.
I need something.
You know, yeah, just get your hook out there. And so I've just enjoyed VidCon for that as well.
Yeah.
So it just shows you the power of focus, shows you the power of niche. If you really want it. What's funny is I tell them all the time, I get calls all the time from wholesalers. Hey, can I sell your property? Can you sell this property? I pick up the phone and I go, hey, sell me a property. Freeze. I'm like, listen,
Right.
you don't watch 100 hours on YouTube on wholesaling, but then don't have no rebuttals.
Yeah.
You gotta work on that part.
Practice.
Okay, so hopefully we'll probably see him in Dallas maybe end of October, 18th of October, for the event in Dallas. It's about, I think, last time I went it was like 2,000 people. It was deep. Like you got even room in the room. Like
Wow.
the room was full and we was out in the hallways.
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'll definitely be there.
like just enjoying it, and then everybody drinks and has a good time and exchanges numbers and information. Like I met a Hispanic group, 6 guys. They literally wholesaled like 100 houses in Detroit. Ain't never been there. 2 of the guys finally went up there and saw it. Yeah,
So many opportunities, so many different ways.
so many different ways. So, but this is your introduction to Malik, you guys. You'll see more on the channel. You'll see some more stuff coming up in the future. And I'll give you guys a wrap on VidCon probably tomorrow. Anyways, Malik, tell them where they can catch you on the internet.
You can catch me on Instagram at thevanhillgroup.com. No, at thevanhillgroup. And my YouTube channel will be coming soon is the Van Hill Group. And
We're gonna get at least 2 videos on there.
Yeah,
we're gonna get them up there.
For sure. And so I'm being intentional, not to be a YouTuber, but to put videos and content on my social media.
Right.
So you'll definitely see me more.
Awesome. Listen, you guys, this is your girl Ericka, Classy Con Blog. We're still wrapping up VidCon here. I was the host this year. It was a great experience, and more great videos coming, you guys.
Peace.
Later.